So this is like a more of a modding how-to. So this would be like if you have a skate, so especially a twister. I have a customer right now that is saying the strap's not long enough. We don't sell one that's going to be longer than the standard strap that comes with it. Regardless of size, it's going to be all the same length. So if you're having an issue with getting the strap to stay shut, and you just need a little bit extra length, this is only going to work if you only need like maybe like an inch of length or less. But it can, like that, a lot of times it's kind of all you need, just like a little bit extra space. So essentially what you're going to be doing is you're going to be taking the strap, and if it sits here normally, you're just going to bump it over, and that's just going to give you like maybe, you know, half an inch to an inch maybe of extra space. So to do that, what you're going to do, you're going to need to line these holes up so you can have, you know, the proper hole. Like obviously these two holes came from the factory like this, and all you're going to be doing is just bumping it over one. So I'm going to attach this strap to, so this hole, this first hole, to this inner one. So it's going to be sitting like this. So this hole will not be used anymore. So all we're going to do that, so we're going to line it up and get a good idea or give ourselves a template so we can drill out the next hole. So we're going to screw that in nice and tight. I should mention that this is a trash skate, or, you know, we pull parts off of it. This has been worn by other customers. This is not something that we're going to be reselling, so I'm not really going to take all that great of care with doing this and making it the cleanest. The easiest way for you to probably do it would be take this whole cuff off entirely. So there's a bolt here, and then I don't know if you can see like the little nuts inside. Obviously take your liner out, but it might just be easier to take this whole cuff off, and that way you can really get the screwing down. I'm not going to do that today, just because, like I said, this skate has just been, you know, parted out like to nothingness. There's nothing left to it, but it's a good demonstration. So now you get your screw on, or your strap on, screwed in. You're going to see, you know, there's your old hole, and then there's your new one. So you're going to mark this out, line it up, make sure that this lines up, and that can strap and it can shut. So, you know, you don't want to be, if it's up here or down there, but like make sure it's nice and straight and lined up. Once you get that good and done, then you can mark it. Just take a black Sharpie, white Sharpie, whatever you want to use to show up with it. And just kind of mark out that hole. Probably not going to see it. So take your strap back off, unscrew it, back that out. Come on, there we go. Straps off, and then you can see that mark right there. All right. Taking a bit. Let's see. This is a. Doesn't show. I want to say it's a 3/8. Be a quarter. I can't really read it, but it's pretty small. You can see the holes that you are already there, so you kind of just want to go similar size. I actually want a little bit smaller. And drill it out if we have to. Let's see, this might actually be better. Yeah, so this one's better. This is a 1/4 inch bit. So this is what this is a 1/4 inch. We'll see if that's too much. Hopefully it isn't. If it is, just go a little smaller than what I'm using. So just line that up, hit the hole. Clean it out a couple times, make sure it's clean. Let me see your 1, 2, 3 holes. So on the inside, you have what's called a T-nut, which is what the screw kind of screws into. It's going to go on the inside of the cuff, and then your screws are going to go hold the strap on. So I'll put this one in. Screw. to do it from this angle. And so that's your first one in. That was in your factory hole, the one that came from the factory like that. So this is now the new one that you just drilled out. Same thing. Take your screw. Now it's a new hole, so you want to screw it nice and tight. What you're doing, I'll try to get the camera to show it. The T-nut has a teeth on it that grip into the plastic, so the more you tighten it, the more it's getting pulled into the plastic, and that's what you want. It's gonna sit nice and flush in there. You can see it. See how they're kind of sitting really flush against the plastic, the silver pieces. That's what you want. Anything, if it sticks out too much, it might cause like a pressure point, or it might not close properly. But now your strap is on. You can get it over, and now you got a little bit extra space to close your skate up. Sorry, it's missing that piece, but that's essentially it. And so like what you're doing is you're just bumping it over a little bit. It's kind of like really shouldn't be done unless you absolutely need to, if the skate really isn't fitting. You know, if the skate fits fine, I wouldn't do it. You know, obviously you don't want to be drilling holes in your skates. You can see the cuff is longer, so you might be able to bump that over more. I would not bump it all the way out, but maybe you might be able to get one more space out of it, so I would just do the same thing. So you would pop it off and just kind of use it like a, you know, do like a ladder type situation. So now that you've drilled this hole, you're going to drill one more hole. And bump that down one more. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to kind of hold it up and kind of show you what I'm talking about. So if you found that this extra hole that you just drilled is not long enough, just do it again. Just attach the strap now to this side. Drill it in, mark your hole, and then you're going to drill a fourth hole right here. So it probably wouldn't do that unless you absolutely need to. Again, you don't want to be drilling holes in your skates constantly, but it's at least something that can get you a little bit extra length if you need it. All right, so reach out if you have any questions. Hopefully this can solve your issue. All right.